So welcome, intermediate. We've been looking at, I don't know really how to say what we've been looking at. It's really interesting. I guess you could say present simple and present continuous as a little introduction. So basically the board looks a bit weird because I've rubbed off stuff, but this is present simple active. But present simple, yeah, when present simple we talk about facts, we talk about information, truth, habits and stuff like that. Whether it's active or passive, we do the same thing. But here's an example of present simple active. All that we've done here's a sentence, I am Italian, or I'm not Italian, or he is Italian, he isn't Italian. Present simple with the verb to be is just made up of the subject and the verb. Whether it's positive or whether it's negative, doesn't matter. Subject and the main verb to be. It's the main verb because it's the only verb. And after it we have an adjective, or I could say I am a man. I am a man, which means I am, subject and verb with a noun. Or I am a handsome man. Oh, well, that would be nice, wouldn't it? It's just a dream of mine. And that's when, don't shake your head, Bob. That's where we're using an adjective and a noun. Because that's what we do. When we put present simple together using the verb to be, we use subject, the verb to be with an adjective, subject, the verb to be with a noun, or the subject, the verb to be with an adjective and a noun. That's it. And it's just one verb, the verb to be, the main verb, the only verb. And that's what we've been focusing on over here. Then we've come over to this side of the board here, where we've looked at two different things. Present simple again, but in the passive form for the first time, and present continuous. And the reason that they're both over here together is because they both have something in common. They both use a subject, and they both use the verb to be, but now it's not the main verb anymore, it's an auxiliary verb. And it's an auxiliary verb because the auxiliary verb is there to support the main verb. And we don't know the tense until we look at that main verb. So if it is subject with the auxiliary verb to be and the verb in the ing form, we know it's present because this is a present verb. And it's continuous because it's the ing verb. So we call this present continuous, which we use for things happening now or things happening in the future. A couple of examples. He's working in Mexico at the moment. He's traveling to France next week in the future. Down here, this is present simple passive, where we use the subject, the auxiliary verb to be again, but then the next verb is the past participle of the verb. The past participle. Who's got English grammar in use? Anybody? Yes. Thank you. So, subject, the auxiliary verb to be, and the past participle equals present simple passive. And present simple passive is exactly the same as present simple active. But there is something that's very different, which I will teach you in a few weeks. The thing is, you need to learn the third column now. You know, I've always been asking you, don't forget to learn the third column, page 293 of English Grammar in Use. But now, it's, 290, oh, I don't know, is it 293? Yeah. But now, you don't have a choice. You have to learn it, and you have 3 weeks now to learn this. Page 293 of English Grammar in Use, because soon we're going to be working on the passive, and you need to know the third column of all the irregular verbs in this book, page 293. If you haven't got a copy of this book yet and you would like one, I've ordered some in, let me know if you want one. So remember, present simple active uses the verb to be as a main verb. Present simple passive uses the verb to be as an auxiliary verb, using the main verb as the third column, the past participle. And present continuous uses the auxiliary verb to be and the main verb in the ing form. That's what we're doing today.